You came home from your workout this week at the pool, telling me about this woman that he has been flirting with for years. What's her name?
Yoko.
Yoko. She's Japanese, I'm taking it.
She is.
Yeah. I know that you've told me the kinds of things she says to you as you guys pass each other.
Yeah. I usually see her when she's coming in and I'm leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does she say to you? What kinds of things has she said to you in the past?
You look so good. What are you doing to stay looking so good?
And he tells me this from time to time, but this time was a little different.
So I ran into her and she was stunned to see me. I hadn't seen her for probably a few months. And she said, "Wow, you just look so good." And she said, "May I ask how old you are?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm almost 65. And she says, "I can't believe it. You look like you're 28 or something." I don't know what age she said, but it was way younger than 65. I probably blushed and I said, well, Yoko, I said, "May I ask you a question?" I said, "How old are you?" And she said, "I'm almost 90. I said, "You look amazing for 90. I want to be like you when I grow up." And she laughed and probably blushed a little bit inside, and we went on our way. But it was really sweet. It was really sweet.
There's a couple of things I love about this story.
Mm-hmm.
One is her boldness in always complimenting you.
Oh, yes. She never misses an opportunity when I see her.
And to think that she's almost 90 and picking out a handsome guy to say, "You look so good today."
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
And the other thing was, when we started talking about this, you said to me, "Oh, I can imagine someday making love to a 90-year-old woman."
Yeah.
Which
Did that surprise you?
Yes. It's not what our culture teaches us, right? That 90-year-old women are not thought of as sexual objects or sexual partners or any of that.
Yeah.
And the idea for most of us, and I can certainly imagine back to when you were 20, the idea of a 90-year-old having sex, what would that make you feel?
Probably cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't feel that way now.
No. I mean, she's a very attractive woman, right? At whatever age, she's always well dressed. She has this great energy about her. I would have never guessed she was almost 90 years old.
You told me that, when I close my eyes and kiss you, even though we've been together 20 years, and we could look at each other and say, "Oh, I see differences," and we could focus on that. But you made a point.
Yeah, when we kiss, you could be 20, right? There's, I close my eyes and I just feel into it, and it's just like when I was in my 20s and 30s. So I think that made it easier to imagine making love to a 90-year-old woman. When you're engaged with someone in a physicality, you don't notice it so much. It's just it's not an issue.
So you can imagine us being 90 and 95 and still having some kind of intimacy, sexual intimacy?
Yeah. If I make it to 95, we're still going at it. Absolutely.
What do you get out of your flirtation with her?
Besides the fact that it's good for my ego, that she always says, "Oh, you look so great, and you look 20, 30 years younger than you are." I think it's good for her too, right? It's probably especially good for her. I don't know her situation. I don't know if she's alone at home, but I can see that she really relishes that connection that we have. Just because she never misses an opportunity to say hello and to smile and beams at me, and it's really sweet. We have a sweet relationship. I think we need to not focus so much on the external parts that are obviously aging and changing, right? And getting more wrinkles and grayer and all that. And I think we need
unless you color your hair.
Right. Right. I think it's more important to focus on the connection that you have than the external, right? Which kind of goes against society. We're all focused on the external and not so much on the internal. But, I think focusing on the internal is the way to stay connected as you age.
I'm happy to be with a man who thinks he could make love to a 90-year-old woman.
Yeah. Especially this 90-year-old woman when she gets there.
30 years. I got 30 years.
You do.
30 years
You
to
do.
go.
We're going to have a lot of fun between now and then.